story time. How I get this big sexy hair and how I was brave enough to leave a man, a beautiful life, and just be the lesbian that I am. I go to California, I meet her. For me, not for her, but for me, it was like love at first sight, like just instant attraction, which was something that I had never felt for a man. But I had that same feeling when I met that lady at the bar that really set this thing off in me, where I was like, oh my God, I can't be in denial about this, and I definitely can't marry him without exploring this. So now here I am feeling it all over again. I literally, this lady picked me up. We had been friends online for like 45 days, FaceTiming hours and hours a day. And I never felt butterflies in my stomach that I felt on that ride home from the airport. We get back to her house and things happen. I know within 1 hour, I'm not bi. I'm a lesbian. I've never felt attraction towards a man before. I literally was feeling validation from a man and safety and friendship. But I'm a lesbian. It was very, very clear. Okay, now this is the tricky part of the hair situation. Are you ready? So this top part of your hair, this is where you don't style it to the side like I've been doing in the past. We're gonna pull a piece of the back out. It does not have to be perfect. Okay, piece of the back out. I like to brush it for extra body. I like to spray it. And now, smooth, 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 and roll. Do you see that I'm not going side to side? This is literally straight back. Boom, boom. Okay, now we don't waste any time. We spray that. Next layer. Okay, so brush up, hairspray, roll it back like George Washington. Okay, so let's get back to the story because it's a good one. So I know what I know. I know I've never enjoyed being touched the way I was touched by a girl. And I've also known that I never wanted to be intimate with a man. I did not know that. I was literally making myself do that my entire life. My mind was blown. All I could think was, how could you not know this? How could you not know this? And the truth was, how could I know it? Because I was taught that it was wrong, so it wasn't even an option. And she was like, you're gonna go home and probably say everything, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm an honest person. But, so I gotta tell him, I'm so scared. Like, what am I gonna do? I've depended on a man, specifically this man, for almost 3 years. I mean, we work together. My work is linked to him. Okay, I'm gonna be really vulnerable with you guys. At this point, I had a brand deal that was worth less than $1,500 a month and another $500 coming in from a random place. I had no clue leaving this woman's house how I would ever make it on my own. But I also knew that I couldn't, tell him that I know I'm just a lesbian and I don't want to marry him, and him not want to leave, because I could understand that he'd be like, wait, I'm so hurt and want to go. Thank the good Lord that I believed in saving and cryptocurrency and taking everything that I could have spent on shoe money and putting it into the stock market and savings, because I've been up a creek without a paddle if I hadn't been building a personal brand and saving. So we're just, see the fluff? Okay, we love the fluff. I'm gonna come back and spray that last piece. I just wanna smooth these out. So I knew I had this option in the back of my head, like I could just not tell him for a while and I could play this smart and save my money and then say, I'm a lesbian, bye. But that would have been outside of my integrity, and it would go against everything I stand for. So when I got home, I waited less than 24 hours so I could just calm down, and I let him know. Okay, now this is the part where we're gonna let it bake, okay? I'm gonna tell a story with my hair baking. So I just said I have something to tell you. And I was laying down in the bathtub, and he came in the bathroom and sat down, and he just looked at me, he goes, "You're a lesbian, aren't you?" And I was bawling my eyes out, He was like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, I don't know. What do you want to do? Like, we work together. Do you want to continue just like living together and working together until like I can really get on my feet? And he's like, no, you'll be fine. And that crushed me and scared the shit out of me. The shit out of me, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if everything I worked for my whole life would be gone. Savings just used up for survival. I didn't know how I would pay health insurance. I didn't know how I'd pay rent. I didn't know how I'd do anything. And I learned really quickly that everything I thought was ours together wasn't. The car I thought was mine, the house that we both shared and rented together, immediately all those things were taken from me. And I'm so glad that I had my own phone plan, that I had my own health care, that I had my own car insurance. But I say all of this not just to tell the story about like thinking I was a straight woman to gay. I'm sharing this so you can hear what it's like to literally look like you have it all to the world, okay? I was literally an influencer known for being a sugar baby because my partner was older. We made sugar baby joke videos. I was never a sugar baby. I worked my booty off for him and for my own brand, thank God. But when I left, I mean, I really left with not much cushion, and only knowing that I was doing what I had to do. Like, this was not a time to just depend on someone and go back into not knowing who I am. Once I knew I was a lesbian, it was like there was no way I could go back and just pretend that I didn't know. And I think that's what's so hard is I get caught in my head that people are like, oh, you used him. Or even people in my family I was afraid for a long time would be like, well, how did you not know this? It's like, okay, I knew I was gay. Like, I had gay feelings, but I didn't know until I slept with a woman. And I didn't sleep with a woman until 29 because of purity culture. And I'd hear Born This Way and turn it down on the radio. And for anyone out there who's listening to this and resonating, I had a top 100 podcast on sexuality and spirituality sharing my journey. And I no longer post on that podcast, but it is available as a free resource to you. So please go listen. If you're going through knowing you're gay and being afraid to leave, I implore you to love yourself enough to live your truth, because it was hard. The first 6 months were so hard. I didn't know how I would make ends meet. But I tell you this, when you trust in the universe provides. You do not need a sugar daddy or a sugar mommy. You just need a sky daddy, okay? The divine carried me all the way through. But there's a few takeaways I want to give you in this video. One is, as I finger my hair the lesbian way, okay? We're just gonna kind of just loosely do this. Women, even if this doesn't really relate to you because you're not gay and you're not thinking that you could be gay, I want you to take away that you should never fully depend on a boyfriend or a husband. Be smart. Okay, last product. So we've got the fluff, okay? It might need to loosen up a little more, but I don't want to overdo it because over time it's going to loosen up. But this is a super fine shine spray. So I'm gonna flip my hair upside down. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Okay. I'm gonna just split my hair right here, right down the middle, because hitting 30, you realize that if you don't stay with the trends even a little bit, you're gonna look much older. And apparently this is what all the youngins are doing. Right down the middle. So this is it. This is how I get big, sexy hair. Even after I lost so much hair with COVID, even after I lost so much weight, went through so much stress this year trying to make it on my own. If you fix your hair like this and you listen to positive podcasts every day, and you remind yourself that you're beautiful inside and out, and that you're worthy of your authentic desires, and that being who you are could never be wrong because God, the good Lord, the universe, whatever you fucking believe in, made you that way, you can do anything. And lastly, I wouldn't be the businesswoman that I am without reminding you, if you need help with social media strategy or content creation, I'm your girl. The link is in the bio to book a private video call with me.